Have you ever cried out to God and asked, "Lord, why did you let this happen to me?" Maybe you lost a relationship you thought would last forever. Maybe you lost a job you desperately needed. Maybe you prayed with all your heart, but instead of a miracle, everything seemed to fall apart. If that's where you are today, don't skip this message, because what feels like your greatest defeat may actually be the moment God is preparing your greatest victory. Today, God wants you to understand a truth that most people never discover. Sometimes I allow you to lose what is temporary because I am preparing to give you something eternal. The Bible is filled with people who thought they had lost everything, only to discover that God was writing a far greater story. Think about Joseph. He lost his freedom when he was sold into slavery by his own brothers. He lost his reputation when he was falsely accused. He even lost years of his life inside a prison cell. From the outside, it looked like God had forgotten him. But heaven had not forgotten Joseph for a single moment. Every closed door was moving him one step closer to the palace. God wasn't destroying Joseph's future. He was removing everything that couldn't go with him into his destiny. And maybe that's exactly what God is doing in your life today. What you call a painful ending, God may be calling a necessary beginning. But here's the mistake many people make. They judge God's plan by their current pain. The moment life becomes difficult, they assume God has abandoned them. But the Bible teaches the opposite. Before David wore the crown, he ran through the wilderness. Before Moses led millions, he spent 40 lonely years in the desert. Before Jesus was glorified, he carried the cross. God has never promised that the path to victory would be easy. He promised that he would never leave you while walking through it. So if you're in a season where everything feels uncertain, don't quit. Don't give up. Your loss may not be the end of your story. It may be the evidence that God is removing what would have stopped your destiny. Sometimes God doesn't remove the storm because the storm is removing the person you used to be. Every disappointment teaches you to depend on Him instead of people. Every delay builds patience that success could never teach. Every closed door protects you from walking into a place that wasn't meant for you. Right now, you may only see the pain, but God already sees the purpose. One day, you'll look back and thank Him for every prayer He didn't answer, every door He kept closed, and every loss that pushed you closer to His perfect plan. Your tears are not being wasted. God is using every single one to prepare the person. Now, listen carefully, because this may be the message God wanted you to hear today. Stop asking, "Why did I lose?" Start asking, "Lord, what are you preparing me for?" That one question can change your entire life. Faith doesn't grow when everything is easy. Faith grows when you keep trusting God, even when nothing makes sense. The enemy wants you to quit in the middle of your story because he knows what happens if you keep walking with God. The breakthrough you've been praying for may be much closer than you think. Don't let temporary pain make you walk away from an eternal promise. God is not finished with your story. One day, you'll realize that your greatest loss was actually God's greatest protection. The relationship that ended, the opportunity that disappeared, the door that stayed closed, none of it was an accident. God was guiding your steps even when you couldn't see His hand. So today, stop looking at your scars as proof that God failed you. Look at them as proof that He carried you through every battle. If you're still breathing, then God is still writing your story. Your best chapter has not been written yet. Trust Him a little longer. Hold on a little tighter. Because the God who brought you this far will never leave you before His promise is fulfilled. If this message spoke to your heart, type, "Lord, I trust your plan." And remember, your story is not over. God is just getting started.